Hello, me fellow human beings. So about 9 months ago, I made a candle making video. And it's my most popular video. People really like it. But even though it's my most popular video, I can't watch it. I cannot watch it. It's so cringy. It's so bad. It was, I think, one of the first videos I made. And I just can't watch it. It's so bad. So I thought, I think I'm going to redo this and hopefully it'll be a little bit less cringy. You can thank me already. Oh, and to address the elephant in the room, or actually the cat in the room, this is my kitty cat, this is Krana. I'm sure you already know her. She's the cutest cat in the entire world, and I will fight you on that. I own the cutest cat in the entire world, and she's just the best. And she is the most amazing and the sweetest, and you can fight me on that fact, but I am right. You're so cute. So, first things first. This is my candle making station. I laid newspaper on the floor because cleaning up wax off the floor is a royal pain. I have our camping gas cooker. You can obviously use your stove instead of gas cooker, but if you do have a cooker, I would highly recommend using it. Then I have a large pot filled with some water on the gas cooker, and then a big bowl of cold water. A chair to sit on because I'm not standing the whole time. And a source of entertainment to make while watching candles because it does take a while. Movies is the best source of entertainment in my opinion. So to melt the wax, I have a bunch of tins with the wax inside. Most of them are from previous candle making marathons. But this one over here is beeswax. Now, most of my wax was given to me by a friend, and then there's the beeswax, which I melted down ourselves from old hives. And then we had this old bottle that we used as a candle holder for years, so I scraped the wax off that and I'm going to remelt that to make more candles, and those are just the places where I got my wax from. So anyway, put your tins of wax in the hot water and let it melt. Now, something that's highly advisable is to wear a long skirt and apron. It makes you feel like a serving girl from back in the day and you're making candles so that you can light up your mistress's house at night. Well, that's what I felt like anyway. Once your wax is all melted, you can begin making the candles. So to begin, you will need your wick. I also got given a whole bunch of wick, but you can just use some cotton string. So as for the length, the longest I do is about 1.5 hands long, but I usually make them just over 1 hand in length. So this is how you actually make the candles. You start off with your wick. Now, if your container is long enough for the entire wick to fit in, then you don't have to do this, but my containers are not long enough. Therefore, I bend the wick in half. You want to dip it into the wax and then let the excess wax drip off. Then you want to dip it into the cold water. Then after that, you want to dry the water off. And then you repeat. You dip into the wax, into the water, and then dry. The reason you dip it into the water is it hardens the wax quickly. Now, a tip is when you're dipping your wick into the wax is to do it rather quickly. If you leave it in the hot wax for too long, it melts off some of the layers that you've already made, which sucks because then the candle takes much longer to finish. So making candles is just a combination of dipping in the wax, straightening it out, dipping in the water, drying, folding it over, and repeating. As you do this, your candle will gradually grow thicker and thicker. Once it gets to the thickness that you want, you can finish off your candle. So on one end, grab the tip of the candle, squeeze, and pull off a piece of wax. I carry on doing this until it forms a reasonably nice point. Then for the end, you want to grab a pair of scissors, then cut the bottom off. Cut until you find the wick. And then to seal it, I get the bottom of the candle, I dip into the wax one last time, and do that with the top of the candle as well. And that's your basic candle done. When making beeswax candles, I have to say, I don't know if this was just the thing with my beeswax or most beeswax, but I couldn't bend my wick when I dipped into the wax because the wax would just crack. So therefore what I had to do was make quite short candles. You can add extra fun details, like we had this honeycomb wax sheet that you use for beekeeping. So I cut a small piece off it and wrapped it around my candle. This gave it a cool honeycomb look. So this is another candle that I just finished, so it's still super soft. I rolled it out in the middle and then added some pressed flowers. Then twisted it, and you got this cool twisted flowery thing. I didn't do it very nicely, you can do it much neater than I did. There are so many fun things you can do with candles, different shapes. You can make candles that have more than one wick. There are so many possibilities you can do. So this is how the candles will turn out. They look really, really cool. I like packaging them in groups of 5 and then you can give them as presents. They make fabulous gifts. And then also selling them if the markets ever happen again. Well, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you try making candles, please send me pictures on Instagram. I would love to see them. If you want to see the other madness that I get up to, consider subscribing. Well, have a great day. Bye!